guys, it's me JJ, and today we're going to be talking about how to start a professional babysitting. First thing you'll need to do is look around in the area near your house and see if there's any community centers or first aid centers, because you need to find a place that offers a babysitting course. Usually those kinds of places are the kind of thing that offers that kind of course. The reason why you need to take a babysitting course is because once you start getting customers, it'll make parents or guardians of the children way more assured that you know what you're doing with their children and that they can be in a safe environment. Once you take your babysitting course, that's when you can start giving out flyers and putting up posters and making your resume. If you can't possibly find a place that gives a babysitting course, that's fine. It's just a little better if you can. If you can't, my next videos will teach you how to deal with different kinds of situations that you would find on a babysitting job. For example, how to change diapers, change the clothes, bathe like children from 3 months to 3 years old, and how to deal with problems that may occur with older children that are school-age children. How to make a resume or poster. So before we start explaining how to make it, here are some of the good ideas on where to put your poster. First, people on your block that you know have children, or around maybe school areas or community centers where they offer programs for children. That way, parents that are in need of a babysitter will be in that area, and it has a lot of visibility for people that might need it. What to include on your resume or poster. First main thing you should do is introduce yourself. So give your name, your age, and possibly what school you go to and what grade you're in. Just some basic information as if you were talking to the person. That should be your first kind of paragraph. The next thing you should add is kind of your experience that you've had babysitting. So like say, oh, I always babysit my next door neighbor or something like that. Also, if you do end up taking the babysitting course, you should definitely mention that in your poster so that right away parents are like, okay, this kid knows what he's talking about, or he or she knows what he's talking about, all that kind of stuff. In my opinion, at the end is where you should start talking about like pricing and how to contact you. So the information you should add: your name, your age, the school, your experience, and then start talking about prices. So here's an example of the information you should add. This is what my poster was like. So I started off by saying, hello, my name is, I'm not going to be mentioning my real name. I am in grade 8 and I go to, so that would be the name of your school. I successfully completed the, I'm not going to say the name of my babysitting course because that will give out too much information. So that's when you're introducing yourself. During the course, I learned how to take care of children aged 3 months to 3 years old. Example, then this is what the kind of things you would learn in the course. It's a good thing to mention that because then they know what kind of experience you have. So feeding babies, changing diapers, bathing them. And I also learned about how to care for school-age children. So handling tantrums in a calm and helpful way. Cleaning cuts and bruises. I don't know about in the one that you took, or will take in my babysitting course, I learned how to do CPR and the Heimlich maneuver. So make sure that you mention. So the first paragraph is about introducing yourself. The second one is about experience that you've had. And the last one can be like other things that you have experience with. So what I said is other things I have experience with. Light housework, so cleaning, washing dishes, that kind of thing. Cooking, like you're comfortable with it. If you don't, you can tell the parents that you're not comfortable with cooking. They could leave a snack for them or something like that. For me, I'm very comfortable with cooking, so I said cooking basic meals, and I'm helping children with special needs. So at my school, there used to be a program for children that might have a mental disability, and I used to help out in that class. So that's where I have experience. So if you have experience like that, definitely go ahead and say that. That's a big plus, because not all people know how to handle that kind of situation. Okay, so once you've handed out your posters, I'll just recap where you should put them. So any people that you know have kids, or on your street, neighbors that you know have connections with people that have kids, people that you trust is where you should first actually hand them the poster. If you're comfortable make sure that before this you talk to your parents though, because that's a big plus. The parents need to always know where you're babysitting in case of an emergency. They can come help you. So put it on like the street corner, like poster board, things like that, stuff like that, or around community centers and school areas. So once you get your job, some important things to ask the parents are if you're allowed to use their personal electronics. So if you're allowed to use their computer, if you're allowed to use the TV, that kind of stuff. So first, like, ask about yourself. If you're allowed to eat, what kind of foods you're allowed to eat, if you're allowed to eat any of their food. Most parents will just say, yeah, I left it away, I left something on the side, or go ahead into the fridge, you can eat whatever you want, and things like that. And then you should ask about the kids. So do the kids have any food restrictions? Do the kids have any like electronic restrictions? So is there a certain time they're allowed to use on the computer or watch TV or on their tablet or anything like that? Places you're allowed to take the kids. So for example, let's say they're bored and they want to go to the park. You need to make sure that the parents are okay with them going to that park. Obviously you would go there with them, you know, they need supervision. But some more questions you should ask. What are, like, just in case, you know, the kids are acting up, you should ask, what are your methods of dealing with tantrums? So some parents prefer like a timeout, or some parents count to 3, you know? So like different things so that they're used to it. Because if you're just like yelling at a kid for no reason, the kid's gonna not want to listen to you even more. So if you use kind of the same kind of thing that the parents use, then it'll probably be more effective. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. What you should bring to the babysitting job with you. You should have a little bag set aside, maybe like a backpack, not too big, but enough to fit a couple of things. What you should have in there: a first aid kit, some rubber gloves in case like you're washing dishes and you don't really like, you know, touching all that stuff or whatever, or also like latex gloves in case somebody gets a really bad cut or something so you don't get infected. Some toys like for multiple different ages of kids. So like if you're babysitting one kid, you can just grab this out. If you're babysitting kids of multiple ages at once, then you have lots of things that might occupy them in case you need to go do something and need them to be occupied in one place. Also, you should have like examples of toys or like coloring books. So one that might be a little more boyish, one that might be a little more girlish, and then one that's kind of for both genders. Because it's just all stereotypes. So if like some kid says, oh, girls only play with Barbies, well, I know tons of boys that play with Barbies. Well, not tons, but I mean like, see, so don't just assume that kids are gonna like one thing because it's boyish or girlish. So make sure that you have like a lot of different varieties, and don't just take out some of them, take out all of them so that they can have a wide variety. Because, you know, just because something is boyish doesn't mean a girl wouldn't want to play with it. So yeah. Some other things are maybe something that's quick and easy to cook. So like mac and cheese from like the box that all it takes is hot water or boiling water. You might want some, like, as I said, a first aid kit. So you could either buy one from like your local like pharmacy or something like that, or you can just take a couple band-aids, maybe some sterilizing wipes and things like that, and maybe some gauze. Like you can just throw those things in if you already have those kinds of things at your house. Yeah, maybe you want to put, like, this is not like, this is kind of like a thing that you don't have to do, but maybe like put extra change, like $5, just in case you had some sort of emergency. Yeah, that kind of thing. Also, before you start the babysitting job, the parents are probably going to call you because, you know, they're going to get your phone number from your poster and things. Either ask if you can have a meeting maybe a few days before the babysitting job, or like a half an hour before, so that you have time to ask those questions I was talking about earlier and that kind of thing. I hope this video helped you prepare for your babysitting job, and I hope that your babysitting endeavors were helpful. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more babysitting tips and tricks. The following videos will be telling you how to care for certain ages of children, because each age is another challenge, and also how to deal with certain situations that may occur. Thanks for watching, have a good one, and don't forget to tune back in for my next video.